Okay, guys, I'm going to start adding the voice to it, the audio. If you are there with me, let me know. I had to, let me know if you're on. Thanks, Keith, for coming back. Let me know if you're on. Thanks, Keith, for coming back. Let me know if you're on. Odie's. Okay, you guys. I apologize. When we open up this Zoom, what happens is what happens is the background, the Facebook comes up automatically, and it will start to give me feedback when I'm not trying to do that. It just automatically does that. But I thought I had that under control, and it had come up again. So, you guys, I am back. How y'all doing out there? We'll give a few more that were on the line before. Hopefully, they can plug back in. I'll do another share so they can come back. This is going to be important for some who ask me questions. I want to make sure that you actually get your answers. And I wanted to close out on the training. In actuality, we started out talking about credit repair, and if you have not seen the other videos, they are on here, where I think I've done about 4 sessions on credit, and I'm going to close out that session for now because everything that we do comes right back around. We will be talking about credit in case you missed this, we will be talking about credit in our session in Louisiana, okay? By the way, you don't want to miss the Louisiana conference. Think of the fact that it's just like on your job or any other conference, a church conference you might go to, or a vacation or what have you, and you might want to attend, being that, in other words, make a sacrifice to get there. I don't care how you get there, just get there if you can, so that we can continue to get you trained. Okay, I see quite a few on here. Oh, can you guys not hear me? I'm sorry. I'm just doing all this talking. And Tony said something isn't right. Let's see. Can y'all hear me? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I think, okay, great. I'm glad y'all can hear me. All right. So we, as I was saying, is yes, we have some people in, if you're in the Louisiana area, if you're in the Texas area, that area of Reston, it runs down I-20. It's nothing to fly, drive, come out of Texas and those ways to where we are meeting. It's close to Monroe, Louisiana, Arcadia, Grambling. It touches bases with Arkansas, other places in Arkansas like Girton, Magnolia, El Dorado, all those places. But our trainers are not always just in the back door. There are places where you will have to travel. So the Vision team actually produces 4 conferences a year, 4 of our major conferences of the year. We do not call in a lot of the big boys from out of town, which we could. But being that I'm 5th generation, I want to share with you that in my econ, it's always been a vision that was laid out to us, that we be able to produce these trainings, and we know the information so well. And so look, June got on the call last night on his call. I listened to it. It was awesome, but all of our information is duplicatable, and anybody anywhere should be able to produce their own conferences without any of the home office being here. So been here 15 years, training great leaders. We're going to use some of our local leaders to do it. They know what they're talking about. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be on point with doing the training. Want to let you guys know that we're going to bring a perspective on investment at this training. Each conference, we try to bring something different to the table. And this is one of the things that I have been telling all the members I met, starting in January, that you guys were going to do my econ. And what I meant by that, simply because it was so colorful and everybody else is so colorful, graphic and whatever else, it challenges people because they want to have the same thing. But there are two things that may be the situation. You don't have that talent. Number two, you don't have that finance to pay people to get that done. That's why I do little simple flyers for people on my team to just help you guys out, because I know you want to get there. You want to get things out. You want to get branded and so forth. So we just kind of help each other out. Glad Keith is on here. We used to share slides and flyers and stuff all the time when we started, didn't we, Keith? So that's what we do. We people helping people, and we want to make it simple so that you can go out and you can teach your family and your friends. And by the same token, we want to do the same thing when it comes to our credit education. I'm excited about my econ getting the video package because what inspired me to become a credit specialist is my econ, because we used to have like this great big book and everything. And so I went into the business of credit repair, and have done a great job. I went helping people all over the country in my econ take care of that and get their credit done. Well, listen, thank God for new technology and videos, because at this point, you guys actually have access to a great opportunity to, with your membership, to actually use the Smart Money Kit. Now, what we have done, or what I've already done, is I've already done some credit education tips that are on this downline in this group. Some of you that did not see them could go back, because I do realize and recognize that there are some people in here that says, listen, I really don't have time. Or when you have poor credit and you're in a situation where you really want to focus on that, and then you want to kind of hear somebody's voice that you know, and you sit up and the videos might become monotonous to you. So as a credit specialist, I still bring to you some tips and some information that hopefully to inspire you just to get up. Because one of the things that I realize, and this is what I do in my credit restoration workshops, I realize that is a spirit. By the time you get in a fix with your credit, finances period becomes bondage to us, because we don't have anybody to break that bondage. So I still come on and talk about that, because there are some people in their spirit, you feel so downtrodden by what you have been through, that you need to know that there are several people who have experienced that. There are people, myself, as I said in my other videos, I've experienced that. I've gone bankrupt. You need to know that you're not the only one who has ever had bad credit. And believe you me, all these hot mouths out here in the world who talk credit, there are some people, look, that work at the bank, and they work at the bank and they don't have good credit, and they give you a loan on your credit. Look, you got to understand, you're not in this world by yourself. You're not going through by yourself. And I would like to embellish this like people can do, but it may or may not take time depending on where you are. So that's understandable. If this is a very vital piece of your My Econ membership, you do need to know that it depends on where you start. It depends on your determination. It depends on your commitment, and a lot of times on your finances as to where you're going to end. You have got to get to the point where you're committed. Now, I want to say this up front. As much as you want to pick and choose your module of training, education, and where you're going with financial success, one of the things I want to remind you is that poor credit is a result of poor money management. I don't care how it adds up, okay? True story. My husband and I, either is two things: poor money management and the lack of financial education. We got to get to the point where we be like the alcoholics 12 step. We got to first admit that we don't know it all and we did not know it all, so that we will not justify where we are and we can pick up the pieces and come out from where we are. I hope this makes sense to you guys. So you got to get to that point, because I find a lot of associates who justify where they are, who pick and choose where they want to go, what part they're going to get, and they do not eat the whole pie. The financial success membership in My Econ is a whole pie. The two things that hurt you the most when it comes to your credit is the fact that you lack financial education, and we have lacked to prepare for emergencies, circumstances, and situations. So it's got to be connected to how you create cash flow. I want to also tell you this. I'm not sure if this is all in the videos, because I don't have to watch those videos all the way through. I've been skimming through them so I can help my associates. And I know that it's good information, right? But what you got to know is that when it comes to restoring your credit, okay, it's not a go clean stuff up and bam, you're good to go. Go clean up everything that looks bad, get it all deleted. Okay, there are areas, and I've said this in the other videos, where you can actually hurt yourself. And I've seen the titles through the Smart Money Kit that's going to explain that to you. So that's another thing. Mentally, you got to get ready for this Smart Money Kit. That's just my opinion. I don't know how the other leaders bring it to you, but mentally, you got to get ready. You even got to get ready in your heart, because you might want to cry. Whatever it takes, though. Here's the point: drive it home and get it done. Y'all got that? Drive it home and get it done. Don't just sit there with access and don't apply it. Okay. So I just want to encourage you and help you understand that you're not going into credit restoration with the idea that everything will be deleted. Some things may need to be settled. Some things, you may be needing discipline when it comes to paying your bills and paying them on time. Some education you will need in order to lose interest. In other words, on your trade lines, lose interest by knowing your cycle date, so that you will not have to go and pay the interest on those cards and your revolving accounts and so forth. Then you need to understand that you do not have to lie, okay? There are laws that protect you as a consumer. Well, what do I mean when I say you do not have to lie? You do not have to lie to the junk debt collectors. You don't have to lie on your letters, okay? Because their old-fashioned way is that people were telling people to go on their credit reports and then just deny that any of that was yours, all right? Now, there are some things that you can do that is legal, because there are things like the statute of limitations on things. You got to understand when you restarting a clock, and all of these things in your Smart Money Kit is going to share with you. So you got to know, do not write 100-page a note and attach it to this and attach it to that, all this silly stuff. And again, use integrity when you're doing your credit restoration, because the laws protect you so you don't have to lie. There are laws that come with it when it's a charge-off account. There are laws that come that protect you when the account is charged off and then they're renewing it and putting late fees. There are laws that protect you when you are sued, when a complaint comes against you in your local court because of a debt. There are laws. So when it comes to credit restoration, we are not embellishing this. We are not practicing lying, because there are too many laws that protect you, and the letters and the information are here to help you with that understanding, okay? Let me just tell you up front, the major boo-boo is ever trying to say, yes, I'm just giving y'all some little tips now in a quick note. When somebody calls you, or when you get a letter, or when you see something on there. One of the worst things that I saw a person do years ago was say, yes, this account was mine, but I was da da da. Who cares? They don't care. Your first answer got you locked into that debt, restarted, and you can cry and holler all you want to. If they come, you might get lucky where it goes away because of statute of limitations, but if it doesn't, then guess what? You're now restart the clock. So we're not turning around to say yes, but we're going at them with the laws that protect you on certain statutes of limitations for open-end accounts, for revolving accounts, for installment accounts, and medical accounts and medical history, okay? The last that was reported in the Federal Trade Commission was the fact that medical history is going to have to truly be 100%, because really the statute of limitations was 18 months for them to collect on a medical debt anyway. But so much has been reported to the credit bureaus because the insurance companies did not follow through with the right codes when they were trying to collect money. And then it went to collection agencies, and people didn't know till it's been ruining people's credit. So FTC put out a new rule about this, and you may be seeing less medical debt, even if it comes from a junk debt collector that is listed on your credit report. I also shared in the other video what it takes when it comes to your student loans. The fact that when you go to school and you go every semester, you have a separate loan. So after a while, you've got 10 accounts and all of them are open, and it ruins your utilization and your debt to credit ratio. And so I am in negotiations with a representative on Wednesday. The reason I haven't gotten back to some of you, any of you, as a matter of fact, because I'm going to give you some new information so we can outsource you some help so that your student loans, which go to Navient, Direct Loan Servicing Center, Nailnet, and all of these companies are third-party collection companies. These are not the companies that actually carry your loan. And so as I stated to you, these companies they're about making money, okay? They are about making money. So they're going to tell you that you've run out of options to defer, to forbear, and then because they're trying to make as much money as possible. They might tell you the income contingent plan does not work for you. They only give you 4 options, and which according to my trainers and the information that we're trained in, Obama administration created several ways to get help. So that's beyond the forgiveness program. So guys, look, I know that we want to, we've been marketing things like, hey, you don't have to get a credit specialist. Hey, you don't have to get nobody to help you with your student loan. Hey, you don't have to use these people. I, for one, am not going to say that because these people specialize in that. And as a housewife, a career person doing something else, it is very possible that you won't know it all, and you will need assistance from professionals who specialize in helping you out. That's what we do. That's what I do as a credit specialist, because there are still people, regardless to the information being there, they're saying, listen, I just can't retain this. I'm still going to need some help. So I don't deter people away that way. I actually just let them know it's there. If there are any possibilities, then yes, get your do-it-yourself kit. And that's not because I work here. This is because I realized there were a lot of things I would rather outsource because I got a lot of stuff going on, okay? So with that being said, I want you to know that in your back office, I always bring it up here for those who have not been in your back office, for you to go to your back office, log in, and be able to see your business management center. Now, when you see your management center, you're going to go over and what used to be labeled as income shifting membership is now back to financial success membership. Okay. Every day is a new day in my econ. I promise y'all better get used to it. I've been 15 years and I'm always looking for something, tweaking something. So we're back to financial success membership. So click on your financial success membership membership tab, and you're going to find all of your things. But particularly today, I wanted to bring up the Smart Money Kit. I'm going to talk about a little bit about credit restoration. This is after you've gone through your, you've deleted things, you've settled things, or you may not have any credit at all. You need to know how to build credit, okay? And every now and then, y'all give me some likes, give me some ha-has, give me something to let me know that you're there and that you're learning, okay? So I'm gonna minimize this window here. All right, so in your Smart Money Kit, you guys, I'm just giving you an overview. There's an introductory video, but what's going to be important for you is the 750 credit plan. You've got a monitoring system and you have the income shifting system, okay? Now, you guys actually sell this program to people, and here's what I advise: get good at it. Because some of you, most of you, I'm gonna say not some, most of my team is lethargic, and I just got to say, you guys do not make space for your training, and because you don't, you're missing this, because what we share are ways that you can market your business. My Econ is a business. This is one good piece that you could market as a presentation, what we call a PPM, product presentation meeting. If this serves twofold purpose: help yourself, help others. Help yourself personally, restore your credit, and then help yourself build your business income by learning how to share this information with other people, okay? You could have a meeting that is nothing but about credit restoration, share it with people, and then they would purchase your Smart Money Kit. You made money, they purchase it for life, and they're happy, okay? Any of your products and services can be done that. When you come to a training, you will get a chance to get marketing training. All of this we'll talk about in Louisiana as well, okay? How to do some of these meetings and get your products and services out there. Are y'all still on? Regina said something about lost me. I hope you guys are still here. Okay, just let me know. Hit me a thumb or love if you're still here. Somebody said they lost me. Okay, so we got our Smart Money Kit. We're talking about the 750 credit plan, the 750 monitoring system. It is your credit monitoring system here, and I think you get paid for. We weren't at first, but now you get CV and you get a payout for getting your credit monitoring system. Then there's the income shifting, which explains more. I want to go over here to your 750 credit plan because I want you guys to be able to, I don't want to enable you, okay, and you just listen to lectures. You need to go and log into your back office and actually put your hands on your mouse and go to work, okay? It's not going to kill you. So now we're going to enter here. When you enter into your 750 credit plan, you have a full course for your credit repair, okay? Now remember, for those of you that's just tuning in, we know that some of you will need assistance or you don't have time, but this module is very, very simple. It talks about obtaining your credit report. I've already done a video on obtaining your credit report and where you can get those. It talks about how to read your credit report, how to dispute items on your credit report is there, and how to reduce credit utilization, okay? Y'all give me 1 minute. Somebody's knocking in the office door, okay? So I'm back, you guys, I'm back. And so then we've got reducing your credit utilization. Remember in one of the other videos, I'm just giving you a quick overview, but you're gonna go on here. I'm gonna click on something and show you in a minute. Remember we talked about utilization. High utilization is the #1 killer for your credit. What do I mean when I say that? When you have a line of credit, here's a My Econ that just walked in, so you might as well enjoy the training. When you actually have a installment plan or a revolving account, and your line of credit is say $1,000, but you have $999 charged on it. That's called high utilization. That's high. That itself, although you're paying a minimum monthly payment, that in itself will reduce your credit scores drastically. Okay. Then your debt to credit ratio will show that you don't have space. They calculate this on the credit report. It will show that you do not have space for anything else. So if there was an emergency came up, if you needed to do your health plan or anything like that, you would not be able to get money, because they will figure according to the income that you are reporting, that the bureaus know and the companies know you don't have space for any more credit. So y'all see where I'm talking about when you pick out things in My Econ that you say, well, this is the part I want to do, this part I want to do. You're missing the whole pie, because you really need to figure out where your money is. And poor credit is poor management skills, lacks discipline, commitment, and consistency. So everything that we offer and we train you is very important and very vital to your full financial success, because you need to have money to pay down these debts, right? Or to pay them off. You got to have money. Well, where do we teach you to get that from? Making sure your W-4 is okay. Making sure that you save money on your taxes. So when you're lackadaisical about these areas, you're still losing. You are not winning. I don't care how many credit cards you got. I don't care how many debt that you went into. You are still losing if you don't have it. And then business income, certainly everybody can use 50 to 100. And if you're real good, you can make it $1,000 extra, and you can turn around and help manage this credit utilization for your credit. So everything. And then when you lower your credit utilization, you get better interest rate, you guys. So you save money there. When you learn what your cycle date is and you pay things before the cycle date, you save money. And that is to be directed into asset producing vehicles where we take cash, we invest it, it makes cash, and it sets up your retirement. I could go on all day with that. So I know that we have some that pick out what they want, don't take it seriously. But guys, this is a serious deal when it comes to your credit. All that other money stuff is very, very, listen, I don't know if it says it on the video, but I said it on my video. You do understand that credit was only given to you because you could not afford to pay for what you wanted. So credit equals debt. And that is the whole point of where we're trying to go to get you to eat the whole pie. Now, how to add credit history. I'm going to click on this one because we're saying that you got everything else under control. And plus, I did the videos that talk more about this. We want to take a look at how to increase your credit. I'm only giving you an overview, okay? Now, I will take some questions when I'm done, but I'm only giving you an overview so you can use your tools, your Smart Money Kit. How to increase your length of history. It is here. Just to read this to you, accounting for 15% of FICO score. So the length of your credit history is important. This is why I'm just giving you tips in between here. This is why you don't shut down any credit, because you lose the history. It is very important to you. Now, if you take a look, they got 2 modules that talk about how to add new trade lines to your credit report and how to add that properly, and then how to build credit paying your rent, okay? That's just one way, guys. I don't know what else the video says, but matter of fact, there's just 1 or 2 ways to add things and to find companies that will take you and to build your credit report, okay? Now, if you look here, you can click next lesson and we go to the next lesson. It's the proper way to apply for new credit cards. So when it talks about repairing your credit, you should avoid opening too many credit lines at the same time, since such behavior could suggest you are in financial trouble. Okay, so in other words, here's what I recommend as a specialist. You need to look at 2 things, or well, there's several things, but these are 2 I'm going to talk about. Number 1, if you have everything under control on your revolving accounts or your installment accounts, you can ask for a credit increase. Okay, the credit increase is going to help your utilization and your debt to credit ratio. Okay, it's going to help it tremendously. Some people has helped it where it raised them as much as 100 points. Now, when you ask for credit increase, you can do this around the holiday, but you don't have to charge. Asking for most credit cards, especially, they want your business because they think you're crazy enough to go charge all of your Christmas gifts. And some of you still are crazy enough to go do that, right? Some of us have to do that. Well, no, I don't say you have to do that. You do that by choice, because you could tell them you ain't gonna get that, right? I could tell my kid a long time ago, you just ain't gonna get it, ain't got the money. So, but here's the deal. Round holidays, round any holiday, it can be what they call it, Cyber Monday, tax-free weekends. These are great times to ask for credit limit increases. But keep in mind, you do not go spend that credit limit. That is simply just to get you to the point to where you are increasing your score. Is this helping anybody? If so, y'all give me some thumbs and let me know, okay? Now we talked about soft inquiries versus hard inquiries. There are two kinds of inquiries that can occur on your credit. There's hard and soft. While both types of credit inquiries enable a third party like you or a lender to view your credit report, only hard inquiries can negatively affect your credit score. In this video, you will learn the difference. Okay, now, not sure how they are sharing this on here, but you want to remove as many unauthorized inquiries as possible. You also want to go after opt-out pre-screen. If anybody can type that on here, optoutprescreen.com. You want to opt out from creditors and lenders and so forth, just automatically looking at your credit report. You can do it permanently, or you can do it every 5 years by just electronically submitting your information. Now, here is something that you should keep in mind. If you opt out permanently, nobody will give you any offers. Sometimes you're looking for offers to get started, okay? And they will find you and you'll say, wow, you know, this is a good offer, or I can at least get started with this company. So you do the math, you add up. I'm making no recommendations. I'm just telling you how to use wisdom in getting where you need to get to, okay? Let's go to the next lesson. Okay, checking your credit mixture. When you're rebuilding, you're going to want to rebuild revolving and installment accounts. You want to, this one here is talking about most notable are revolving accounts like credit cards, and installment accounts like a mortgage or an auto loan. So in case you didn't know what that meant, revolving accounts are credit cards, installment accounts are mortgage and auto loans. As you're building or rebuilding your credit score, you are going to want to have a mix of those. So don't get caught up in getting 10 credit cards, okay? Here's what happens, and I've been in the business, and so I can talk because I've been there, and then because I'm a credit specialist, I hear people do this. You'll go to a mortgage loan officer, you'll go to the bank, or you'll go to the car lot. You got to remember, these people are not credit specialists. The first thing I'm gonna tell you is, man, you need to go get you another credit card. And if you get a credit card, it's just gonna build you up real quick, then come back to me, we're gonna get you in this house. Okay? That's so ignorant. That's just crazy. And I can't stand it when they do that. You need a mixture, and you don't have to open yourself up to several credit cards. If you have a mixture, the reason you have a mixture, you guys, if you go in this material, you will see 38%, 30%, 15%, and 10% in all areas that is factored into your credit scores, okay? All of these are factored into your credit scores. So it's giving you a mixture, so the algorithmic system, okay, will begin to dump you in what is called buckets, okay? You got a bucket across America. It might be a bucket that you're in that is low score because you have 5 late payments. So now you go into the bucket with the people who have 5 late payments and above. All right. So when you take at least 5 to 6 months and you pay your bill on time, you get out of that bucket. That's what it's called. You want to be rebucketed and put into a new bucket that's going to graduate you to a higher credit score. It's crazy. Like Sir Isaac Newton sure did come up with this mess. He was a crazy scientist, and it's crazy. So you want to be rebucketed. That's what you're looking for. So every time you do something different, when you are disciplined with your credit, you are disciplined with your bill paying, you are paying off, you get a chance to be rebucketed. You get a chance to be put in a different group of people that's going to give you a different score. Hopefully, it's going to be a higher score. If you keep messing up, it's going to keep putting you at the bottom, and you're going to lose, okay? You're going to lose, you know? And so when you're rebuilding, you need to understand these things. I'm also going to tell you when you're rebuilding, I'm going to give you a little tip here that I give to my clients. It used to be the old adage that you had to pay a bill or you want to pay it off in 6 months. And some people think that you pay it off at one time. When the Vantage score was added to the system, okay, because all of it's big business, you have FICO score, you have Vantage score. Some companies will use Vantage score. Let me tell you what happened. Capital One is one of them. If any of y'all have Capital One, Capital One decided that they would switch from FICO scoring system, okay, to Vantage score. Vantage score is actually scoring higher. They got a higher percentage from 300 to like 900, which means that back your 600 to score low like it were 500. It went down. FICO scoring will stop at a lower percentage or a lower amount. And so then you can have, that's why you will go on different places looking for credit, and you might go down to the street at one company, and one company will have you at 700, the other company will have you at 600, okay? Because they have a choice, okay? Creditors have a choice of who they use and what they use. So I think Capital One was slick. They use Vantage scoring because Vantage is going to hurt most of us. If you're with somebody, Vantage score is going to hurt you because most of the time you're going to be scored low. All right. But here's a tip for Vantage score. Pay your debt off instead of one lump sum or 6 months, pay it in 3 payments. So how about charging $30 on a credit card and paying $10 before the cycle to draw interest, and pay it 3 times, 3 different months, just pay $10 and pay it off. So your amount does not matter. You want to do that even when you have paid your credit cards off and they're just hanging in the balance. Don't allow them to go past 6 months, because they will close them, and they like, listen, they don't need credit. And so they go and shut them down. You'll look up and the creditor has closed the account up. Okay, so if you want to keep a fair amount of credit going, it's 3 open lines of credit that continuously. On those open lines of credit, you should have a mixture of installment and revolving accounts that will give you a good credit score. And guys, there is a way that you can buy trade lines. I'm not sure if that is on here. For me, it crosses the line of some integrity. But when you guys hear, I'm just revealing some credit stuff to y'all. When you hear people who say, listen, I can boost you in 30 days and I can get you a 700, I can get you an 800. That's how they're doing it. They're buying trade lines. In other words, your name is Latia Monk. It's your credit. But I have chosen to take my credit and sell it to a company so that they can take my credit and put it on your credit for about 30 to 60 days. And when they do so, then you get bumped up off of what I do. Okay? Now, there's a lot of trickery in that, because you got to make my credit my address or Latia's address. You got to make that fit my address. You got to do a lot of work. Now, some companies, this is why they charge you $80 a month, $100 a month. They keep you out there because they're getting their fees. They got enough upfront money to where they can actually go and pay for your trade line, because it depends on what kind you need. You're going to pay anywhere from $300 to $2,000. Okay. But they make their money back because they got you on a monthly system. And that monthly system, if you're paying $80 a month, how about, and you paying it for, let's see, 36 times 80 to hang out there, that's $2,880. So they made their money back and some, and gonna continue because you say, I want to have good credit and I'm just hang out, I'm gonna pay this monthly fee and so forth. All right. So so are there any questions? I'm gonna, when to do when disputes are not removed. I'm really talking about boosting your credit right now. I'm not going into addendums and all of that kind of stuff. But as you can see, your Smart Money Kit has all of that, even your income shifting. And this is what we're trying to get you guys to do, is to utilize the tools that you have. Many times you are not even talking about it to people because you say you don't know. I like what June Carr you said on this call, and I've said it before. There's no reason for you not to know. You got it on your website. The only reason you don't know because you don't open it. Some of you have told me, I don't even sell my credit repair because I don't know enough about it. Well, how much did you read about it? What have you looked at it? Have you taken off? Have you done it for yourself? You know, and so if you guys would not waste your $35 a month, it could really be valuable to you because you write that off. Then you turn around and write off your credit monitoring system, chunking in some good stuff for you. Turn around and write off the credit monitoring system because after all, the business that you're in is financial education. So wouldn't that be a part of the education fees? Your monthly credit monitoring system, so you can learn and you can earn and you can teach others. It's justifiable. All right. So any questions? I'm gonna pause here for any questions that you want to ask about the Smart Money Kit. Again, for those of you that just joined us, it's real simple to find it. I'm clicking over here to your financial success. I'm gonna back up. The BMC Home is your business management system. Center. Then we change from income shifting membership to financial success membership again. Click on the tab. Voila, you got your Smart Money Kit right there. Okay, so this can be a great product presentation meeting with people. You can meet one-on-one. You can meet with your church groups. You can meet with your friends and neighbors. Don't y'all have a living room? Don't you got one or two friends? All it takes is one. One is satisfied and they're happy. One thing I can't stand is people saying they don't know anybody. You knew somebody from the day you popped out and went to daycare or went to elementary school. And with technology, you got folks all over your Facebook, all over your social media. And then when it comes to business people, so I have to chunk this in here because y'all won't come to training and y'all won't get on the calls for marketing training. But I'm going to chunk this in here for good purposes. Guys, businesses, not personal. So I don't think Mr. Walton's family know me at all and could care less who I am, but I buy his products. So I'm just telling you, you got several ways that you can help yourself when it comes to the MyEcon system and what we offer you and what you're paying for. All right. Since there are no questions, I see there are no questions. Okay, either go to GroupMe or go on here, post some of your thoughts. Let them know about the training. You guys are quiet. Let me know how you felt about the training. If there's anything that you learned in just a little lecturing that I gave you, update us. Let us know that you've gone in and that you are actually making some progress. We want to hear your progress. Okay, we want to even hear about you falling out and getting back up again. All right. All right, you guys, that's it for this evening. I appreciate you listening, and we are over and out, and there'll be more training. God bless.